Okay, this is the introduction to the Puzzle Cube project. Puzzle Cube is a three-dimensional cube made up of 5 different pieces. Each piece is unique, and when they're assembled correctly, they form a cube. And it's a little bit of a brain teaser kind of game. Um, to design the cube, we're going to be using hand drawings and Inventor. And what we'll be doing is designing, building, testing, and presenting a three-dimensional puzzle system that is made from scrap hardwood cubes. Uh, and first thing you want to do is read through the introductory page on the direction sheet. The second page of the direction sheet is the engineering design process and the steps to the engineering design process. And step 1 is to define the problem. And you can fill this in. Define the problem. And basically what we do at this point is restate the problem in our own words. And what we're trying to do is figure out how to create a three-dimensional puzzle cube. And that's not too hard. Step number 2 is brainstorming solutions. Brainstorming solutions. And what we're going to do to actually brainstorm solutions, go to page 3 in your packet, and it's isometric graph paper. And if you look at the puzzle cube that I have here, I can actually take apart some of the parts here. And what you see is that each part is made up of individual cubes. And this part is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. There's another part that's very similar to that one that is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes. And if you read the front page of the direction sheet, you know that each one of our parts will be made up of somewhere between 3 to 6 of these little cubes. Okay, 3 to 6 of these cubes for each part. And what you want to do before you actually try to figure out an actual completed puzzle is to figure out some different possibilities for parts. And you're going to take 6 of these little cubes and you're going to try to come up with as many different part possibilities as you can. And what you want to do is draw each of those parts. And we're going to draw these three-dimensionally on our isometric graph paper. And I'm just going to start up in the upper left-hand corner here. And each one of these little cubes is going to fill one of the little cubes in the isometric graph paper. So the part that I have here is really the simplest part you can have, just three cubes in a straight line. And to draw that, I'm just going to draw 3 connecting cubes. Okay, so that part right there is drawn right there. I'm just going to put number 1 there. That's my first part. What I could do is add a 4th part to that. The only thing is my cube itself is only 3 little blocks. My full-size puzzle cube is only 3 blocks across in any direction. So I can't say one of my parts will be 4 blocks in a row like that because it's going to be too wide. The longest I can go is 3 blocks in any one direction. I can just add this guy here like that. And that can be my second part. And just a tip, whenever you're drawing with isometric graph paper, you want to begin drawing the object on the edge that is closest to you, or surface that is closest to you. So I would begin here as I look at this object and then draw the rest of it. I'm drawing in pen, but it's a good idea to draw in pencil. If you make a mistake, it's a lot easier to erase. Now, one of the problems with isometric graph paper is it's not always clear exactly what you're looking at. So it is a good idea to sometimes shade one side of the object. So I'm going to shade the front side. Remember, this is the front, looking like that. This is the right, and the top is looking straight down. Okay, so this is my second part. I could add one more piece, and now I have a third part, or possible puzzle part. And again, I'm going to draw this almost identically to the way I just drew the last one. I'm just going to start right down here. Okay, so there's 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last one. I will be shading what is the front side, just to make it a little clearer as to exactly what this part is. This is my third part. Now, we have had people come up with as many as 40 different part possibilities. So if you get to 20, you will have full credit for this portion of the project. So try to think of as many different possibilities as you can. I can move this guy almost anywhere and make 4 or 5 different pieces. So